All right, first things first, we're gonna go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. Yes, this is tape on my headset. Yes, I just broke this headset yesterday. Yes, I have a new pair coming in tomorrow. Okay? Well,
Buddy.
I've had these headsets for 5 years. I was a little. I accidentally dropped them. Okay, let's just keep it at that. So, roast me in the comments. Do what you got to do. That's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I just got my camera for my PS5 today, so I figured I'd do a different style video for y'all. But this is ridiculous. I don't. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. All right. So, I'm just gonna guide you guys through how I like to do oil rig. Okay. So obviously, there's always a first scientist on this first ramp that I just came on. You literally just ride up on your boat, take your gas out while he's hitting you, and you just shoot him in the head. You stand still and just open fire and empty a clip into his head. It doesn't. It shouldn't take you a full clip. It takes you a full clip. Gotta work on that aim. But his first science is there. As you see, I'm jumping around. I'm being very hesitant, cautious, making sure. You always want to assume there might be somebody on oil rig if scientists are missing. In this case, it wasn't, which is why I thought it would be a good way to show you guys how I usually do oil rig and how fast you can get it done when you get the hang of it. So this is for all my solos. So right here, as you see, first scientist, I barely move. For some of you who might be newer or you just struggle with your aim, sometimes I struggle with my aim, especially when I'm shooting the AK. Those of you who see my videos, you know I'm not lying. But just stand still. Just stand still, take a couple hits, and do all headshots. On every science, it should be like that. Every time, so you see how right here, I stand still, I take my time, I don't panic. As you see, I brought a lot of syringes with me, a lot of bandages. If this is your first time doing oil rig, and this is your first gun, like for me right here, this was my first gun. I was able to get syringes from one of my teammates. I told him I didn't want a full start. I just got a couple of syringes. But yeah, he gave me a couple syringes because I wanted to try to get a start. I was able to make a double barrel play to get this Thompson that I have, and I took this Thompson straight to oil rig. Now I'm going to guide you guys on, this is really the easy part, right? Just killing scientists, that's all we're doing here. We're killing scientists, killing scientists. Now, pay attention for those of you who may not have taken oil rig, and maybe you're trying to muster up the courage to go take it solo yourself. Maybe you're new to the game and you just haven't done it yet. But every time a scientist shoots at you, that means they're aggro onto you. So they're going to chase you down the steps. So be aware of that. If a scientist starts shooting at you and they have an angle where they have a stairwell close by or something like that and they can come chase you, they're going to chase you. So post up behind a barrel. As you see right here, I post up behind a crate so they can't just hit your full body. Because remember, when you have a hazard suit on, the hazard suit on is not good for armor. So don't be just taking hits from multiple scientists at once. Right here, I'm pretty comfortable at this point. I've taken oil rig by myself plenty of times. So I'm okay with shooting two scientists. If you ever get in a situation where you feel like you're overwhelmed, either jump off and the scientists will probably reset, go back to their spot, or if you're low enough on one of the lower platforms, they may come down to that ladder. You just get back on the raft, get up underneath the ladder, the initial ladder that you first come up. You can get up close to that where they can't shoot you, heal up, take out the scientists, make your way back up. Anytime you get in trouble where you feel like you're gonna die or you're taking a lot of hits, jump off, or you can run around the platform if you have syringes. If you're only rocking bandages and it's only one scientist chasing you, you can just run a circle around the platform, heal up with all your bandages while it's chasing you. You're good. Do not panic. If it's multiple scientists, you're probably better off jumping off in the water, especially when you're this high up on the platform. And either they won't come down to you, and if they do come down to you, like I said, you can get up close to the ladder to where they can't shoot you, or you can get on one of the ledges. Like, you know how oil rig is held up by like 4 platforms on the ends? You can get on one of those. They're like wooden rafts on the ends. Jump on one of those. Make sure you're hiding behind the pillar. Heal up, reset, go kill the scientists. Now you guys have seen me do everything. I didn't want to make this video super long. That's why I'm like really going fast through oil rig, because I want to show you guys how fast you can really do it and how fast you can really stack up the loot. Because the hardest part is the scientists, the heavies. And I'm going to show you guys the same spot that everybody already knows like right now, but I feel like there's a lot of new players coming into this game. So I wanted to put this video out really for new players and solo players who are like, let's be honest, okay? I'm going to say it. Don't get your feelings hurt, okay? If this is you, don't get your feelings hurt. Farm bots, okay? You sit in your base all day, you farm. It's nothing wrong with playing the game like that. Enjoy the game. But if you find yourself wanting to get some guns, wanting to get out there and get the action, but you can't pull the courage to. You know, you're a solo, you're by yourself, you're always outnumbered. You know our solo excuses. Oil rig is where you need to be basing close to, or at least base to the coast, so you can just find a boat and take oil rig. Right here, you see me take the scientist. So with the scientist, it's only one rule that you need to follow. Besides, stay behind cover. That's an automatic rule. I shouldn't have to make that a rule. If you don't know that, then you probably shouldn't be playing shooters. Don't over peak. One of them always has M2. The shotguns, you can kind of over peak the ones that are shooting shotguns, but if you hear one shooting at you and it's M2, he will melt you. Do not over peak. You see how I peek at the head? If I start noticing my health goes down, I will back up. Shoot him in the head, back up. You can get on top of this exact same tower I'm on. Like I said, for all my vets and people who've been playing Rust for a while, this video is obviously not for you, but I appreciate you coming in if you're in here. But this is for newer players and solo players who aren't comfortable, or you know, duos or whatever. If you're not comfortable taking small oil rig, this video is for you. And as you can see on this tower right here, see this angle, see this big red crane that I'm on top of? This is why I'm on the square part of the crane, because if I get snuck on from any angle, I can move that square platform that's right next to the crane that I'm on top of. It's big enough for me to move anywhere on that platform, and I can hide on top of it and not get hit. Okay, so that's why I'm on that part, and I'm not on the actual crane. See, right now I'm on top of the actual crane. You don't stand up there when you're shooting scientists. You want to sit on top of this part right here. This is like the driver's seat of the crane. You sit on top of that, so if you start getting hit from multiple directions, you can crouch down and get an angle to where you can't get hit. A lot of times when I'm doing solo, small rig, another trick you can do is that first scientist that you kill when you come up, you could just run past him, go up the ladder, and he won't be able to shoot you once you get to the second floor. Leave him there, so if somebody tries to counter, you'll hear him shooting. That's a nice little trick that you can do if you're worried about counters. In this video right here, see right here how I over peaked on the guy, M2 scientist, how fast he almost melted me? Don't do that, because remember, you're a small oil rig. If you die, you got to come all the way back. Somebody could be watching you on cameras. You don't want to do that, okay? But what I was saying was that the reason why you want to make sure that you leave that scientist down there is if you get countered, you're gonna know, at least have a heads up, because some people don't use boats, some people are smart. If it's a solo countering you, he might park his boat far away, swim up in a diving kit. You know, all the plays that you probably already tried to make yourself, just think about it from that perspective. Any type of countering any type of countering strategy you might have tried, imagine somebody doing that on you. So normally when I take small oil rig, I will leave that first scientist down there. If you don't do that and you're a solo, start doing that, because I've taken small oil rig so many times and I've gotten saved from some dude in the scuba sneaking up, and then I hear the scientist shoot at him, so I know for a fact somebody's down there. I don't know how many, but somebody's down there. And I'm going to show you guys another trick I like to do, where I move my boat to the back under the helipad. So if you need to make a quick escape, like for instance, I've had times where I'm taking small oil, I've gotten the crate, and a team of 4 pull up on me. 3 of them have full metal AK. I'm not trying to fight that. Sometimes if you're feeling courageous, if you got a lot of guns, if you already, you know, you're in the PvP mode, boom. But in this example right here, this is my only Thompson gun, besides the other stuff that I'm getting in this loot now. But this is my only gun when I did this video. This is my only gun. So this is me trying to get syringes and stack up on other stuff so I can get some momentum going for. This is the beginning of the wipe. It really wasn't the beginning of the wipe. I started this wipe late, but it wasn't really the beginning of the wipe. But another trick you can do if you're a solo, it's not really a trick, but the time that you get on to take small oil rig, okay? So let's say you start a weekly wipe right on time, right? Let's say you make that double barrel, that Yoka play, you get your first gun. Now you don't want to take your first gun. You're not the type to research your gun, which is the safer route. I would recommend doing that, researching your Thompson. But me, for right here, I didn't really want to research it because PvP was popping off crazy at nighttime on this server, so I really wanted to just get going with that. So, which is why I took it straight to oil rig, because as you see, you're going to get a lot of ammo, you're going to get a lot of syringes, and if you're lucky, you might get a couple kits, like some pants, maybe a bean can, headgear. Nothing crazy. But once you kill all the scientists, let's say, pretend right in this example, you have that scientist down there watching your back. So if somebody sneaks up on you, you're good. The next thing is you just wait out the timer, right? Pop up a video, make sure being proactive with where you're looking. As you see, everywhere I go, I'm hopping around. You don't need to do that. You don't need to hop around and do all that. I just be doing that because when I hop and I'm in the air, I can hear. I be listening. So when I jump in the air, because my footsteps make a lot of noise, when I jump in the air, I can hear. So if somebody's walking under me or something like that, I'm in the air, I can hear their footsteps, if that makes sense. But right here, I'm just gonna go get all the loot into my boat, and then I'm gonna move the boat around to the backside of the helipad for a quick escape, just in case I get countered. When you go to oil rig and you're taking it by yourself, be greedy. Be greedy. When you get oil rig and you realize you're the only one here and nobody's here yet, get everything. Get every crate, get every crate, get the barrels. If you brought a melee weapon, get the barrels. Put everything in your boat, go back up. I mean, fill up completely. You have to make this oil rig worth it, because obviously if you get something really good in the loot crate, it'll be worth regardless. But sometimes you don't get. So you want to make sure you get a lot of stuff that you can scrap. So maybe you can come out of there with like 200, 300 scrap worth of stuff. Or worst case scenario, you get lucky, you might get a couple customs, maybe a Tommy here. If you get really lucky, you get like a bolt to your MP5, maybe some explosives out of the crate. But yeah, right here you seen me do the trick that I was talking about. I move my boat to the back of the helipad, so if I get run up on by multiple people where I feel like, okay, maybe I can kill one, maybe I can kill two, but if it's like 3, 4, you know what I'm saying, and a full metal AK, it's like, okay, I wait for them to come up the ladder, and then boom, while they're coming up, I jump off the back, get in the boat, I'm gone. By the time they notice that I'm leaving, I'm already started the boat, I'm already gone. They're gonna have to spray me from far away. They're not gonna hit those shots. They're not built like that. And then also I want to show you guys, take a green card. You don't need to hit the power button. Take the green card to the third level of oil rig, I believe, and you'll see this green card room. Sometimes you get lucky, you get a lot of good scrap. But this is the stuff I got for this one. Wasn't too crazy. I did get bolty, which is really good. Oil refinery, which is really good for solo players, because you know you don't have to be running around sitting inside of POIs all day trying to wait for your stuff to cook. It's better for you to have an oil refinery next to you. If you don't have a compound, it's still good to have one next to your base, because you can just throw it out there, nobody's around, and you can just get it out real quick. But just wanted to keep this video as quick as possible. All the tips that I gave, like I said, they were very basic, but I feel like a lot of players need these tips, because like I said, I feel like a lot of solo players don't really take oil rig, and you should be. Oil rig should be your favorite place to go as a solo player. Your favorite place to go. And then once you get comfortable with small oil rig, then you can maybe take your chance on large oil rig. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you like this style video, let me know down below in the comments. Next time I record, I'll have my headset. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.